Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Mason's boss identity may have just been revealed by Cyrus on General Hospital. Plus, a mysterious new relationship emerges. Cyrus had the most exciting plot twist during a dull week on General Hospital, mostly because he found himself in his own little hell. Sunny and Anna really went down the rabbit hole back to her days as the PCPE commissioner, with discussions on what had been happening in the various plots dominating half of the conversations. With the new ghostwriters in charge, several odd storyline decisions were made here and there, leaving many people scratching their heads and saying, "Wait, what?" Now let's discuss what transpired in Port Charles this past week. The place you belong. Cyrus found himself in a hell of his own creating after having a heart attack in Pentonville, with Laura serving as his conscience. It was a classic Ebenezer Scrooge moment, and, as if seeing God hadn't already transformed him, his visit to the hereafter appears to have done so as well. It has always been unclear whether Cyrus has been pretending to have found God, or is actually making an effort to improve. Nevertheless, given this week's developments, it appears to be the latter. He had a good time talking to Martin about giving away all of his money, especially when Martin questioned whether he had a heart attack while hitting his head. But the most intriguing event of the week was Cyrus' encounter with Austin. The looks they exchanged, the tension they felt, the words they spoke. Austin immediately appeared to remember Cyrus' name from the folder, and it appeared that Cyrus also recognized Austin, or at least his family. Austin was told by Cyrus that he was once essentially the embodiment of evil, and Austin was asked if he could conceive turning his back on God. It seems as though Cyrus was inadvertently referring to Austin as well, who Mason has intimated may not have always been a Boy Scout. Additionally, Cyrus's blessing of Austin and his family seemed to be another indication that he is aware of who Austin actually is. Given that both Cyrus and Cassandra Pierce work in the drug industry, my preference is for Cassandra to be Mason's boss. If she is interested in pikemen, it makes sense that she would want to kill Sunny, but given their past, she would also target Anna. This would neatly tie into the Metro Court pool shooting. Maybe Sunny and Anna were also the intended targets. Austin and Ava's most recent dead body. The discovery of Gordon's body has made things more difficult for Austin and Ava, because another dead body linked to them was the last thing they needed. It was funny to hear Ava reprimand Austin for being so bad at lying to the police and hiding the truth, but as has already been mentioned, Austin has a dubious past with Mason and his family. He shouldn't be such a stupid, babble-mouthed idiot, one would think. Where is the ruthless Austin who arrived in town seeking a piece of the Quartermain fortune? At this moment, Austin seems to be being portrayed more as the changed Franco. As I expressed last week, I'm hoping the addition of Sunny to their team signals a turning point in the Mason-Gatlin gang narrative. It seems that the story involving Mason and Austin has been flying along far too long without a pilot. Similar to the plot involving Liz and her parents, which was obviously rewritten numerous times. Relics of the past. The Ned/Eddie/Nettie narrative also seems a touch stalled at the moment, with Eddie having spent far too much time sleeping at Sunny's before arriving at the Quartermain estate. Little Leo has made Eddie's scenes with him priceless, and Easton Rocket Sweta continues to shine in them and brings out what seems to be Eddie's one redeeming quality. But after finding out about Olivia's colorful past, Eddie appeared to be a little more intrigued by the woman he had just branded a screeching shrew. As Olivia reminisced about their teenage years, Lo's name came up once more, giving rise to the possibility that she would one day return to the area. This entire plot would truly have a reason if she came back. It might not be the best idea to bring her on right away, given that the original writers are currently on strike. Like the other of the tales this week, this one is currently basically coasting along with a lot of filler discussions. Hopefully, the new ghostwriters will adjust quickly and receive some guidance from the show's executives. It was a wise decision on Laura's part to send Valentin back to Port Charles because it allowed Vanna to come back together. Valentin is currently assisting Anna in identifying potential assassins, which is exactly where he needs to be. I adored Anna's response when Valentin implied that he might take over as the new Cassadine family patriarch. God be with us all. But right now, Valentin needs to be equally focused on bringing what's left of his family together and guiding them in the right direction. Tabby Ahmed Ali publishes a new book for kids. For the couple in love, things seem to be going to get complicated, and Anna explicitly asks Valentin about pikemen in Monday's preview. She is aware of Sunny's involvement with them and that Valentin and Sunny are connected professionally. She's obviously connected the dots, and it appears that pikemen is gradually encroaching on many of the tales. It seems as though the show is preparing towards an explosive final confrontation between all parties because there are so many important actors engaged. Cassandra should be involved in this as far as she could. In Port Charles, she made a lot of enemies, and it seems like a lot of them are connected to the pikeman gang. Still, it seems like a more significant component is still lacking, and pikemen's true motivations need to be made public. Complex Deception, my favorite story at the moment, still involves the Deceptor, Marty's third ex-wife, and why Tracy cares about any of this. This is why I found some story points to be confusing this week, which seems to scream that the items have been changed by the hired ghostwriters. When it was made plain that she was done with Tracy's plotting, why is Brooke Lynn still employed by Deception? And why does Tracy still behave as though Brooke Lynn plans to keep sending her information on the Deceptor? Tracy was told by Brooke Lynn that she couldn't expose her for business espionage without exposing herself, a term I love for Tracy but she despises. Tracy muttered to herself that she already had a means to obtain what she needed, as she sternly instructed her to find another way. I emphasized the necessity to slow down the surrogacy plot last week, and it seems that's exactly what's occurring now. After a brief talk with Alexis, Molly swung from considering asking Christina to be a surrogate, or at the very least donate an egg, to abruptly wanting her sister to have no involvement in her and TG's journey. Yes, this tale took a complete 180 from where it appeared to be going. But hey, it works for me. Due to the two new women playing the lead roles, I haven't been invested in this plot from the start. This has nothing to do with their acting skills and everything to do with the fact that a major storyline was introduced with two new faces. Further, Evan Hofer's new position, he beaches. The decision to concentrate more on Christina's plot with the youth center is far more intriguing because it places Kate Monsi's Christina in the same social circle as other well-known actors and their characters, including Sunny, Nina, and yes, even Michael. Even though it seemed to come out of nowhere, the chat Christina had with Trish about how her brother was kicked out of their house when he was a teenager for being gay was a fantastic addition. The sole relationship between the plot of this center and the rest of the series is that Christina is bisexual. More character-driven connections should be made to the center than just that. And the discussion between Christina and Molly about the Kiefer problem provided the center the boost it had been lacking. Family disputes. Not only was Christina's relationship with Molly rocky this week, but she also found herself at odds with Joss. This was first alluded to at Willow and Michael's wedding, but it hasn't been mentioned since. Naturally, they are at odds over Sunny and Nina, and Christina also has a grudge against Michael about how he treats Nina. Hey, Michael and Joss have every right to despise Nina, but it seems as though they anticipate that everyone else would share their feelings. Although Christina is on Nina's side, which I appreciate, she still can't control herself when speaking. She counseled Nina to give Michael some time to get used to her and Willow's newfound friendship on Friday's episode. Christina remarked, "Hey, maybe Michael will soften and I won't be the only one at your and Dad's wedding." Ouch! Additionally, Esme appears to have become a point of friction between Joss and Christina in yet another perplexing moment. Esme told Spencer that she likes Christina because she treats her like a human being, So all of a sudden, Christina and Esmond had some sort of relationship. Then, against Joss's wishes, Christina made a special effort to suggest that Spencer spend the day in the park with Esmond and Ace, rather than with Trina. Say what? Something was missing, perhaps an entire earlier exchange between Esmond and Christina that was discarded.